Man dared to eat gecko dies. You could triple dog dare me to eat a gecko, and I am telling you right now that thing is not going anywhere near this mouth. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to InformOverload, the place where the news is given and the tea is spilled. That is right, we like to find the biggest news stories and make them more entertaining for you. If you like what we do, make sure to follow the IO team on social media. All our links are down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss another story. Alright guys, tell me your answers down in the comments. What is the worst dare you've ever done? For a man named David Dowell, eating a gecko was the worst on his list. Now I know I said we make the news entertaining, but this in no way is to disrespect the life that was taken in this crazy story. David was a father of 3 living in Brisbane, Australia, when he was dared by a friend to eat the reptile at a Christmas party. How did that even come up in conversation? That's what I want to know. Like, who was this sicko friend that was like, eat that lizard? The 34-year-old began complaining about stomach pain the day after the party on Saturday, December 1st. It was reported that he just thought it was the regular symptoms of a hangover, so he didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until Monday that the symptoms got worse, to a point where his family had to call an ambulance. His sister Hannah told the newspaper, and I quote, "Then on Monday it was coming out of both ends and he was really sick, and the moment he started throwing up and it was green, that's when they rang the ambulance." She claims that the paramedics thought it was just a bad stomach flu called gastro, and that they did not want to take him to the hospital, but that she insisted. Once he was brought to Mater Hospital, only 1 day later he was diagnosed with salmonella. Salmonella is an infection you can get from contaminated food or water and is known to be a common and also a curable infection. Initially it was suspected that David got the infection from eating chicken, until one of his friends came forward and said that he ate a gecko at the party. The doctors confirmed this with his girlfriend Alira Bricknell, who also told the doctors that it could have been the cause. Doctors were skeptical though, because there was no actual proof of him eating the gecko. Some friends at the party said they saw him eat it, while others said that they didn't actually see it happen. I mean, we can imagine that everyone was probably drinking and there was probably a lot going on. Plus, we all know that little trick of pretending to eat it but then actually just like throwing it over your shoulder or something. Regardless, it was obvious to anyone who saw him at the hospital that it was more than just some bad chicken. He was in total agony, and they describe his body as, I quote, basically rotting from the inside out. His body was swollen, he was throwing up green liquid, his urine was black, and he had fluid trapped in his lungs. He was in a ton of pain because there was some serious blockage within his body. His mom told the Sydney Morning Herald his testicles were swollen up to grapefruits and there was fluid leaking from them, and the doctors said it was normal and that it was just all the fluid in his stomach cavity. The doctors were unable to control the pain for David, so they decided to put him into an induced coma, which actually upset the family because they didn't even get to say goodbye apparently. It was then that the doctors said he needed to have surgery, but the family say that it was already too late. During the surgery, David passed away from organ failure, and he was pronounced dead just 10 days after the Christmas party. The family isn't very pleased with how the doctors handled David's case and is still seeking justice 6 months later. They stated that they felt like the doctors didn't care and that no real answer was given to them about what exactly had happened. His sister states that she just wants justice for David, or just answers. The hospital released a condolence statement to the family, but said they cannot comment further. Their statement said, I quote, "Mater offers its deepest condolences to the family of Mr. David Dowell. Mr. Dowell's case was referred to the coroner, who determined Mater had provided appropriate care and no further action was required. Mater is unable to comment further on the case due to patient confidentiality." As for his girlfriend and mother of his 3 children, she says she has no issue with the Mater Hospital staff and their treatment towards David. She told the 7 News that they don't know 100% how he passed, but on his death certificate it says investigation of a gecko, so they are just leaving it at that. What a story. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are down in the comments below, and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Let's all think twice next time we are dared to do something. Deal? What better way to end this video than by responding to some of your comments from my last IO video. Mom who came back to life says heaven is real. Dejamil Hamdia says, imagine after you die God asks you, so how was heaven? Talk about a plot twist. That would actually be so messed up. I wouldn't even know how to respond to that. Master of the Universe says, I would rather remain a ghost so I could haunt people. Well, that's one positive way of looking at death. Stormy says, InformOverload is basically heaven. So does that make me an angel then? Tarek says, notification squad, are there potatoes in heaven? No. Only pickles. Alright guys, we are at the end here. Show us some love and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching more IO videos, you can click the playlist right over here. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you in a future IO video.